们的身体也在另外一个 universe 的 control. You know the one with the chef, and he makes bad food, pui, and then this raccoon sit on his head, ooh, control him, and then he cooks good food.
Written and directed by Dan Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, Everything All at Once is an ambitious multiversal adventure. It creatively and skillfully explores the notion that there are an infinite number of universes and possibilities determined by our choices through its amazing protagonist Evelyn. Evelyn Wang, played by Michelle Yeoh, is a Chinese-American woman who runs a struggling laundromat with her husband, Ke-Hu Kwan's Waymond. She's contending with trying to keep her family together and her business in good standing with the IRS, who decided to audit them, when she's tasked with saving the multiverse by a Waymond from an alternate universe.
I'm not your husband, and he's not the one you know. I'm another version of him from another life path, another universe. I'm here because we need your help.
The film begins on the eve of the Chinese New Year. Not only is Evelyn's marriage and business on the brink of collapse, but a disapproving father, Gong, played by legend James Hong, has just arrived from China to live with them after the death of his wife. As Evelyn prepares for their IRS appointment by going over receipts, she doesn't notice Waymond's attempts to give her divorce papers. Their daughter Joy then arrives with her girlfriend Becky to help as an interpreter at the meeting with the IRS. Evelyn is struggling to accept her daughter's relationship. Furthermore, she's reluctant about informing Gong, who we find out had actually let go of Evelyn when she was younger, instead of supporting her decision to move to America with Waymond. When he comes down, Evelyn introduces Becky as Joy's good friend, and the pair storm out.
公公，这是 Becky 是我的，她是我的
好朋友，老友嚟㗎。
In a twist of fate, when they're in the IRS building elevator, Waymond's personality changes and his body is taken over by the consciousness of his counterpart from the Alpha Universe. The Alpha Universe is where all the multiverse madness began. Waymond is essentially a verse jumper, someone who can access skills, memories, and bodies of their parallel universe counterparts by performing a statistically improbable action that catapults them into that universe.
Statistically improbable action that will place you in a universe on the edge of your local cluster, which then slingshots you to the desired universe.
Upon being connected to a headset, Evelyn sees an overview of important moments from her life. From her father's disappointment at having a daughter, meeting Waymond, her family renouncing her for marrying him, buying the laundromat, to having Joy. Alpha Waymond explains that every decision creates a new parallel universe and that they may be in danger, before giving her a list of instructions on the back of the divorce papers.
Nothing but a stack of receipts. I can trace the ups and downs of your lives, and it does not look good.
The Wangs are then scolded by Deirdre about their receipts and tax-deducted items back at the IRS. Following Alpha Waymond's directions, Evelyn swaps her shoes to the opposite feet, imagines herself in the janitor closet, and then clicks the green button on her headset. She's pulled backwards into the closet, where Alpha Waymond explains that she's an important woman in his universe that discovered verse jumping. However, before he finishes, evil Deirdre pulls him through the door and attacks him. Back in the real world, Deirdre agrees to give them another chance to turn in their receipts by 6 PM, but fearing another attack, the confused Evelyn hilariously punches her in the face. It's at this moment that she finally realizes the instructions were written on the back of divorce papers that Waymond had filled out. Alpha Waymond returns to fight off the security guards and takes him to the break room.
In the Alphaverse, we began training many young minds to verse jump, but there was one who was far and above the most gifted, so he pushed her beyond her limit. And now, her mind experiences every world, every possibility, at the same exact time, commanding the infinite knowledge and power of the multiverse.
He warns Evelyn that they're being hunted by Jobu, a woman whose mind was overloaded and splintered. The Evelyn and Waymond of the Alphaverse had created technology that enabled multiverse travel. Alpha Evelyn was exploring the mysteries of the multiverse, which included doing experiments on her daughter. These gave Joy the ability to see, feel, and even manipulate everything that was going on throughout the multiverse. This new, completely overwhelming power ultimately led her to believe that nothing mattered.
Because you see, when you really put everything on a bagel, it becomes this, the truth. Nothing matters.
As a result of her existential crisis, Joy became Jobu and decided to destroy the multiverse. Verse jumping and manipulating matter at will, her weapon of choice for the deed is the Everything Bagel, a cosmic device that will collapse the multiverse into nothingness. After getting attacked by evil Deirdre, Evelyn is able to tap into a universe where she didn't meet Waymond and instead became a kung fu master and movie star. Basically Michelle Yeoh as she is now. She fights off evil Deirdre when Jobu appears and kills all the guards sent to apprehend Evelyn. Jobu then shows Evelyn the everything bagel black hole she created, hoping to destroy the multiverse. AlphaGong tries to convince Evelyn to kill Joy, but she refuses, opting to become more like Jobu so that she may have enough power to defeat her. Frustrated, he calls all the nearby verse jumpers to kill Evelyn, but she uses the skills and memories from her multiverse counterparts to defeat them. Unfortunately, Alpha Waymond is killed by Jobu before he's able to kiss Evelyn goodbye. Following this, Evelyn's mind fractures from the stress of splintering herself, and she dies. Her mind then splinters across the multiverse, and she observes many weird universes. One where she spins signs for a living, one where she has hot dog fingers and is dating Deirdre, and another where a chef is controlled by a raccoon. It's wacky stuff. Jobu finds Evelyn again and tries to convert her towards nihilism, showing her that in every universe, Evelyn's attempt to keep her family together always fails. This is why Jobu had been searching for Evelyn. She wants to find someone who can understand why nothing matters and join her in the bagel's path of destruction.
You know why I actually built the bagel? I wanted to see if I went in, could I finally escape? At least this way. I don't have to do it alone.
Staring into the bagel, Evelyn accepts Jobu's nihilistic view that nothing matters. She then begins being cruel and uncaring in other universes, using her loved ones, disregarding her responsibilities, and even stabbing Waymond.
What are you doing?
She nearly accepts Jobu's offer to enter the bagel, but stops when she hears Waymond has been fighting for her in every universe, no matter what she did to him. Rather than be lost in the chaos and infinite nothingness of the universe, remarkably, he explains that his optimism is not one born of naivete, but rather a conscious choice to be kind.
我总是看到事情好的一面，那不是因为我天真，而是必要，而需要，这也就是我的生存之道。
It's here that Evelyn realizes she must fight like him to have any meaningful impact on her life and the universe at large. With this, she defeats Jobu's followers by sifting through the multiverse to find what is causing them pain and helping them find happiness.
You know, Evelyn, my wife used to wear that exact same perfume, God rest her soul.
You took everything away from me. I'm useless alone.
We're all useless alone. Let's go rescue your silly raccoon.
Returning to her universe, Evelyn confronts her father about his lifelong disappointment in her decisions, using the pivotal moment to finally stand up for herself, Waymond, and Joy. Evelyn then reaches Jobu and attempts to pull her back from the brink, but she cries out, asking Evelyn to just let her go. While she acquiesces for a second, Evelyn pulls her back and tells her that she will always choose to be with her, regardless of everywhere else she could be. She doubles down on her love for her and explains why that is enough meaning for them to hold on to. Even when the advances in science and technology make it seem like people are insignificant and that nothing seems to matter, Evelyn tells her daughter,
No matter what, I still want to be here with you. I will always, always want to be here with you.
Jobu initially rejects the offer, but ultimately accepts this. Back in Evelyn's universe, as the family prepare to go back to the IRS, we notice that the family dynamic has improved. Evelyn and Waymond kiss, sparking a flame that had been dead for a long time. Referring to both the accounting and also thematically to us about the family dynamic, Deirdre tells them that she's impressed by what they accomplished, but explains that there's still much work ahead before they're out of the woods.
I do think this is an improvement. I'm glad that you listened. But we have a problem because you listened, but you didn't listen.
Evelyn is just about to drift back into the multiverse to check on her other universe counterparts, but remembering her promise to Jobu, grounds herself back in the universe and family that needed her most. Filled with action, comedy, drama, and deep philosophical discussions, at its core, the film is about family and the choices that we make in life. Even if nothing matters in the cosmic sense of the multiverse, we still get to choose what matters to us. Everything All at Once also proves once and for all that regardless of what universe you're in, life would be better without the IRS.
All we get are a few specks of time where any of this actually makes any sense.
Then I will cherish these few specks of time.